negotiate, because I come with background IP, you come with the funds, or maybe something else, and you say you want to own. That's what happens. Do we start negotiating from the wrong footing sometimes? I feel like sometimes we start, I need the funds desperately. So sometimes you overlook those little important things. So when you're looking at your research or whatever it is that you're doing, I look at data as such an important aspect of your negotiation. So we'll add it here as one of our challenges, but Jane wanted to add something.
All right, thank you for the question.
Here, from a research perspective, we normally have what we call institutional repositories where we hold our research materials, contents, etc. But generally in Africa, we host these services in the cloud. I'm speaking technology now. It's not sitting in Kenya or Sierra Leone. It's sitting probably in a server either in the UK or in the US, maybe Amazon Web Services. So the question is, these countries have their own legal, their legal aspect of data ownership in terms of data protection. So in terms of data governance, which we are in Sierra Leone with all our research materials, because we don't centrally host them. Who owns it? Is it the country it's residing? Or in case something happens with that, the data center or whatever, where do I stand?
WorldCoin came, they set up cameras in almost every mall, and how much were people being paid? 6,000 shillings. Now, the Kenyans who went to take that picture, I don't know whether it happened in any other country, when WorldCoin came and they were taking a picture of your iris, and you're given 6,000 shillings. And this went on for a while until the government realized, oh my goodness, we are selling Kenya. Because this was not a Kenyan government thing. These people just walked in and started doing that. When I say you lack policies, you lack regulations, some stranger can just walk into your country and set up and start taking photos of the iris, and there was a lot of data that was mined from these people. We don't even know how this data will be used. So having clear policies of when a person comes into your country to set up anything, to do anything, to partner with anybody, some of those need to be controlled by the government. And I say we lack clear policies. And that was such a shame. By the time the person was kicked out, I don't even know how much data they'd already mined from the Kenyans. So this success factors for every partnership you guys are going to make, just as in your relationships, personal, trust is important. Yeah, you start from a point of trust. So when you start feeling like they're going to steal our technology, and I've seen that again in a lot of research places, these people just want to steal our technologies. So you already start refusing to even share information. If both of you are not coming from an area of common interest, I think sometimes it's best to let go. Don't just take the money. You must have the same alignment, same commitment. You have mutuality, efficiency, and you commit to perform until you complete that partnership. And remember, post that partnership, sometimes there are also IP clauses that you need to make sure you adhere to. So if you have followed this success factors, what makes things fail? Poor communications. I write to you to ask you what is happening. I want an update, and you don't. If we say we're giving quarterly reports on a public-private partnership, just make sure quarterly reports. Poor diligence, I already talked about it. Of course, there's always change. Yeah? But I always look, sometimes we respond in different speeds. Private sector will respond very quickly to that change. Public sector, because of permission level 1, 2, 3, 5, will take too long, and perhaps it could be a real crisis that needs to be addressed. So for us, we look, when you want to manage your partnerships, ensure your process from the beginning. You flesh out, you discuss, you do the what ifs, what nots, what can happen, what can go wrong. That's where we fail. We never look at what can go wrong. We always look, here's $1 million. But a successful public-private partnership really has gone through the fleshing out and discussions. When you're looking for people who are giving money within the agricultural sectors, these are the people, USAID, multinationals, private sector, the Bayers, the Kotevas of this world, they partner with you, DFID, CEDA. Of course, this list is long. And there are so many others. There are universities that are looking to share funds with you. There are universities that are out there trying to look for partnerships to resolve an issue for you.
Those on the list. Normally, a situation in Namibia is that when they want to partner with you, be it a national project or just a project specifically for your a mandate, they would always want to dictate the terms. For example, management fees, that task is given to somebody they know who's related to them. You may look at 3 million Namibian dollars, which is equal to 3 million South African rands. But when you take into consideration all the terms, you actually have nothing at the end of the day. Everything goes back to them. How do we tackle that?
Nothing. Because that's what I was telling you, you need to come up to the table and say, this is what I am offering. So these are also my terms. You know, and that's what we fear. As Africans, we're not brought up that way. As Africans, we tend not to want to annoy our people. You know, when I upset him, tomorrow he'll not come again. No. If he doesn't come again, that's okay. Put your foot down and say, this is what I have to offer. And these are my terms. Because these are Kenyan laws or Namibian laws, I will need to ensure we have 5 people from Namibia who are going to benefit from this, who are going to whatever. Come up with your terms. Sometimes we go with nothing, and they're very happy. Very happy, by the way. They'll say, and then you have to buy the cars from their countries, you have to bring the computers from their countries, you have to, so you have to, and then they'll bring the experts from their countries. Say, even as we have these experts, even as we have this knowledge, so can you negotiate? That's why it's called a public-private partnership. It's not a private with one public partnership. So look at negotiation skills. I think that's the skill that people really, we need to be training people on, negotiation skills. So that when you go, you really know, you will tend to realize sometimes donors or public-private people, they come into your country, they just want to give you. Ask yourself, why do you want to just come and give me? What is in it for you? Sometimes they're coming to solve a problem that you don't even have. You can tell them, I don't want this problem solved, I like it that way. Yeah? So, that is the end of my presentation. It was just to give you, she's now going to give real life examples of public-private partnerships that have been implemented in agriculture, in health, or maybe we're going to go for tea. And of course, we're going to talk about, in one of her examples, I'll be challenging her because we've seen what she was saying, somebody trying to change their mind towards the end of the project. Yeah, but that will be an example later. But thank you for listening to me.